What's going on, fam? This is Jay Gantt from the Jay Gantt and the Player Haters radio show, coming to you today from a remote location in the field. I'm going to be doing a couple of posts like this in the near future from satellite locations, probably at a Buffalo Wild Wings, at a Champs, at your local sports bar. Stay tuned. You may see me at your house. You never know. Jay Gantt knocking at your door with a bunch of folks known as the Player Haters. We may have some guests on the show. Let me know who you may want to see. You never know what I can pull out my hat. May have Clinton Portis here. May have Eli and Peyton Manning. I doubt if we get those two cats, but you may never know. It may have some lookalikes. Introducing you to some people who you may not know in this sports arena. But before I start, I'm going to give us a couple of shout outs to the folks who actually helped make this possible. Shout out to Tino Anthony, Nisi Kane, Tom Plyman, Raina Vinay, Robin Moreau, Kenya Moorhead, and Chris Childs. If I mispronounced your name, please forgive me. But y'all know I know who you all are. I'm gonna start my picks in a couple of seconds. Last week I was 8-8, and I hope you all saw the apology video that I did earlier. I vow not to go 8-8 again. So with that being said, let's start with the Week 4 picks. Starting off, the Jets at the Bills. The Bills have nothing going on. They live in a state of disarray, and they will continue to stay there. The Jets will take care of the Bills with no problem. The Battle of Ohio, Cleveland versus Cincinnati in Cleveland. I think this is going to be T.O.'s breakout game this week. He's been relatively quiet and relatively well behaved. I'm saying we have to put those two together. But I think this is going to be a breakout game for him with them taking care of the Browns. The marquee game of the week, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Both of these teams have outstanding defenses that can't be argued with. Baltimore's offense has not been as explosive as we thought it was going to be. However, they still have the capability to put up points. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, has surprised a lot of folks, playing with Charlie Batch for the past 2 weeks and going 3-0. Next week, Ben Roethlisberger is eligible to come back, but does that mean he's going to play? I don't know, because right now they're on a roll right now, and I see them rolling and defeating the Baltimore Ravens. You heard it here first. Denver versus Tennessee. I got Tennessee in this one with no problem. Detroit versus Green Bay. Green Bay bounces back from that Monday night defeat they took at the hands of the Chicago Bears. I see them taking care of business against the Lions. San Fran versus Atlanta. One thing you can count on for San Fran is they'll always be in a state of inconsistency. They're always changing coaches, changing quarterbacks. This week they changed coordinators. One thing that won't change is a defeat at the hands of the Atlanta Falcons. Let's go with Atlanta in this one. Carolina at New Orleans. Let's go with the defending Super Bowl champs bouncing off from a defeat last week. I just don't see them losing to the Carolina Panthers. Stranger things have happened, but not this week. Seattle versus St. Louis. You all know how I feel about the St. Louis Rams. They have nothing going on there. Even though they defeated the Washington Redskins last week, the Redskins tend to pay down to the talent of their competition, which they did last week. But you all know how I feel about the Seahawks also, who have let me down every week when I picked with them or against them. The Seahawks have constantly proved me wrong. Hopefully they don't prove me wrong this week. I'm going with the Seahawks versus the Rams. The Colts versus the Jaguars. I see nothing wrong with Peyton Manning taking care of the Jaguars. Houston versus Oakland. Houston's going to come back after being defeated by Dallas. Houston only scored 13 points last week. I don't think that'll be the case. I see them over Oakland. Washington at Philly. This is going to hurt my heart to say. The Redskins can't cover a twin bed with a king-size sheet. I see the Eagles taking care of Washington unless Washington tightens up on defense, which I pray they do, but I just don't see it happening against Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson. That's too much offense for the Redskins to handle. If anything, it'll be a shootout, but I'm calling the Eagles on this one. Talk about me later. Arizona at San Diego. I see San Diego taking care of the Cardinals. The Chicago Bears versus the New York Giants. This is going to be another tight one too. Chicago is undefeated this season and surprised a lot of people by doing so. However, the Giants, they're struggling right now. They got some internal things going on, but I don't see them losing 2 games at home. I'm going with the Giants in this one, going out of the limb, going with the Giants in the NFC East. Last but not least, you have the New England Patriots at Miami. You all know I like the Wildcat, but I like Tom Brady a little bit more. Let's go with New England in this one. It's going to be a tight game, but I think New England is going to pull it out. Those are my picks this week. Dallas has a bye. Can't stand Dallas, but I have to give them a little shout out. They won last week, finally getting off their slide. They have won one game. How you like that, Cowboy fans? One game for you, and you got a week off. Let me know how y'all think about the picks. Respond back. Let me know what's going on. Keep posting. You'll see me later. This is Jay Gantt signing off. Peace out.